lovely friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're all here, and in today's video I have my recent faves and fails to share with you. So let's not waste any time and we'll go ahead and we will jump right in. Alright, so we're going to start off first with a fail. And I will tell you that one of my lovely subscribers, Kathy M, has mentioned, I think a couple of different times in her comments, that she loves the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Moisturizer. Well, my Target was out of it, and I was still looking around, and they have this lovely little purple container with e.l.f. that is called the Superhydrate Moisturizer with Hydrating Squalane. So I knew this isn't the one that Kathy M had suggested, but I thought, reading the label, it sounds very interesting. I thought, well, I'll give it a try. It does say on here that it is a gel moisturizer, and I was thinking it was more along the lines of like the Neutrogena Hydro Boost, if you've ever used that. I think they call that like a gel cream moisturizer. Really, I really like that one, and I was thinking this would be kind of similar to that. So the next day when I was going to put this on in the morning, I opened it up and look at it. It looks, I hope you can see, I hope the camera is focusing on it. We'll give it a sec here. It is like Jell-O. I mean, it's like the consistency of Jell-O. It's the strangest looking cream that I've ever seen. So my first struggle is that because it's like Jell-O, it's hard to like scoop out of the container. Like you put your finger in and this like clump of Jell-O fell into the sink, and that happened to me like 2 or 3 times, like trying to get the gel moisturizer out. I finally found this little scoop thing that I had, so I decided to try that, and I was able to actually get some product out with this. So let me show you. All right, so I will put it on my hand here. Oops, see, it's starting to slide already. I got a lot here, but it feels so thick, and it feels like you've got this wet film on your skin. It takes a very, very long time for this to soak in and absorb. And then when it finally does sink in and absorb, it is so extremely tacky where it just never feels like completely dry. The day that I put this on and then put my sunscreen on top of it and then tried to put makeup, oh boy, it was a mess. And I'm still like, I am rubbing and rubbing and rubbing trying to get this in, and it just like feels like it just doesn't want to sink into your skin. So I don't like the texture of it, and then it's hard to apply your makeup because it feels so tacky, and then on top of that, it's not very hydrating, not enough for me, to the point where my skin was really dry, the makeup was cakey later. I mean, it looked horrible that night when I was taking my makeup off. So this is nothing like, I'm sure, the Holy Hydration that I think a lot of you like, but I was swayed by this, pretty purple container, and, squalane I know is supposed to be a very moisturizing ingredient, but this e.l.f. Superhydrate did not work for me. I am so sticky after putting that on. Okay, we are gonna move on to a hair product. And this is called Boldify, and it is a hair boost serum. All right, so this product here has, I think it was like almost 9,500, like 4.5-star reviews. So obviously a lot of people really like this. And it's supposed to help with hair loss if you're like shedding a lot. And it's also supposed to strengthen your hair and make your hair like instantly thicker when you use it. So I am struggling with like losing a lot of my very fine thin hair to begin with. I don't know if it's finally because I'm entered menopause or what it is, but it's a struggle. So thinning hair, aging necks. You will probably be seeing a lot of content about that in the future because I'm searching for that holy grail product. But this sadly is not it. I tried to give this a fair shot for probably like a couple of weeks, but I cannot get over how this feels when you apply it. You put like a dime size amount in your palms and you apply it to towel dry hair. And the best way that I can describe how this feels is that you've covered like every strand of your hair with like plastic. Like it just feels like you have this horrible film all over your hair. It does not feel good. And I didn't notice any added looking thick. My hair didn't look thicker on the days that I used it. Obviously, I don't think I used it enough to see if it really helped, you know, as far as like shedding went or strengthening your hair with heat styling. But I just could not get over the feel of, it's like this real filmy, like over every strand of hair that doesn't feel good at all. It's not like it feels thicker and feels better. It just feels like you have like plastic coating over your hair. That's the best way that I can describe it. So I wasn't impressed, you know, and one of these things, maybe again, I might like keep this under my sink and I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, let me try it again. So I don't know if I'll ever get back to it and like try to use it for maybe a month. I don't think I can though, honestly. So to sum it up, you know, obviously a lot of people really like this, get good results. And maybe they don't mind that feeling of like the plastic coating. And I did try, I will tell you, I did try to use like a little less to see if it made it feel any difference, and it really didn't. So I'm just gonna chalk this up as a fail for me. And I always wonder when I try a product that has so many good reviews on Amazon and then it doesn't work for me. Are you like this? I'm always like, what's wrong with me? Why does this not work for me? But this one sadly doesn't. All right, now I will tell you about one of my new favorite lipsticks, and it's the one I am wearing today. And this is the L'Oreal Color Riche Ballerina shoes. And this is just like, I think the prettiest pink. And it also has like kind of a little bit of a frost look to it, if you can see on my lips now. But I am loving wearing this. It's so comfortable. It's inexpensive. This was just such a fun find, and if you're looking for a new lipstick to try, I think this will be a really fun shade for summer, so I'm really enjoying this one. All right, now to lip products that were fails for me. I wanted to try the NYX Lingerie. These are long wearing like lipsticks from NYX, and let me tell you though, this shade here, which is in the shade French Maid, is a really good one. This shade here, I'm sorry, I can't read with my distance glasses on. So this shade is Silk Indulgent, and this is the fail here. I'm not gonna say that this is a favorite, but this is much better than this one here. This is, I thought would be kind of like a nudie pink color. But what happens with this is that it is so drying, it goes into every wrinkle in your lips and just kind of gets really cakey. The color, I hate to even say this, but it's like, it looks like kind of like corpse-like. It's just not a flattering color on me at all. And I could not believe how different the two colors seem to wear. This one is a long wearing lipstick, so it doesn't feel quite like as comfortable as the L'Oreal Color Riche one that I have on right now, but I do like this one. And it looks pretty and the color looks nice. I can't believe how different they are. This is so cakey, so drying. The color just looks horrible on me. So I was so surprised that two lipsticks, just the shade, could make such a difference. But this one was definitely a fail for me. All right, so this next product is not really a new favorite of mine, but it is absolutely a favorite that I feel like I wanted to share with you. And it is a sunscreen that I wear every day. And this sunscreen is the Kiss Me Mommy It's a UV Aqua Milk, and it's a 50 with a PA+++++. And this is a children's sunscreen from Japan. And I get this off of Amazon. They also sell it on Yes Style, where they list all the ingredients. And when I saw this on Amazon and I was reading the reviews, Dr. Dre, if you're not familiar with her, she is a dermatologist that has a channel here on YouTube. And she must have reviewed this sunscreen, because in the reviews, many people were mentioning Dr. Dre had said this was a good one. And I completely agree. I have been wearing this, I think, like maybe 2 years now. This has been my daily sunscreen, and I love it so much I always have a backup on hand now. And I will tell you in a minute why this is new, that I always make sure I have a backup. Because I ordered it from Amazon and it's coming from Japan, there was a couple of times during the pandemic with the supply chain issues that it took me longer to get this, and I had to try something else, which is going to be a fail coming up. But anyways, I absolutely adore this sunscreen, because I am a person, I actually prefer the chemical-based sunscreens as compared to the zinc and the titanium dioxide ones. I find those very heavy on my skin. You know that they can give you a white cast. If you get the ones that are tinted, I feel like when I put that on and then some makeup, like it's just too much for me. I just don't like, it almost feels like my skin is suffocating when I'm wearing like a zinc sunscreen. So I prefer the chemical-based ones, and the fact that this is waterproof, I love even more, because in the summertime, I tend to just run hot, or if I'm having a hot flash, I get sweaty, especially on my forehead, and this, I am not worried about it just washing off my face immediately. So I love that this is waterproof, and because this is a children's sunscreen, it is so gentle. I put this right on my eyelids. I put this right up underneath my eyes, and I have no irritation whatsoever. It never stings my eyes. It doesn't bother my contacts when I'm wearing my contacts. I love that about this sunscreen. It also, I have sensitive skin. It doesn't bother my skin. I don't react to it. I love how it plays with my moisturizer serums. I can switch them up. This always works. I love how it reacts to my makeup. It never pills. It never makes my makeup cakey. So this has really just become my holy grail sunscreen. So I have learned my lesson, and now I always have a backup so that I will never be without this, because this is my favorite facial sunscreen, and the Kiss Me Mommy UV Aqua Milk. Okay, so I mentioned that there was a time when I couldn't get that sunscreen. So I ordered this off of Amazon when I ran out of my favorite and thought I would give this a try. And this is the Innisfree Daily UV Defense Sunscreen SPF 36. And this got a lot of really good reviews. Yes, it's a chemical-based sunscreen, but this one, sadly, if I put this up near my eyes, it is extremely irritating. It's stingy. I can't use this up near my eyes. And I don't know about you, but I like to make sure that my eyelids have sunscreen, because they are getting crepey enough as it is, and I do not need any of the sun's rays making them even more crepey. So I'm trying to get that protection on every day. So I need a sunscreen I can put over my eyelids and right up underneath my eyes without bothering me. And this one, sadly, just really irritated my eyes. So I'm finishing this up, using it on my chest and, on my hands, but this one ended up being a fail for me. Okay, I've got another favorite, and it is an eyeshadow palette. And let me tell you, if you ever see me in Ulta shopping and I have an eyeshadow palette in my basket, please put it back on the shelf. I do not need any eyeshadow palettes. It's crazy. I don't think I have ever gone through an entire eyeshadow palette ever, because for me, I never find one that I love all the colors so that I use all the colors up. And I literally probably have enough eyeshadow right now, you know, upstairs under my sink that could last me through my lifetime and through many lifetimes. And yet I'm always drawn to the eyeshadow palette. So I digress. But anyways, I was shopping at Ulta and of course came across this Urban Decay Naked 3 minis. And I love the size of this. You know I've talked about it before. I'm not a fan of the big palettes because if I love some of the eyeshadows in a bigger palette, I don't want to have to bring that with me if I'm traveling. So this size, perfect. Let me show you these colors and you'll probably see why I was so tempted and had to get these. Look at those beautiful colors. Aren't they so pretty? There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3 mattes and 3 shimmers. I actually feel like these shades are wearable. So I have them on today really lightly, but I have just been loving these. I think the colors are so pretty, and oh my gosh, it's been a long time since I've used Urban Decay eyeshadows, and you know what? You pay more, but oh my gosh, are they good. They apply so nicely. There's very little fallout. They have good staying power. So I love this palette. And even though I don't need it, it brings me joy. So I'm going with that. But this was a really good find. If you're looking for really nice neutrals, check out the Urban Decay Naked Minis for these smaller palettes because they had some other mini ones too that the colors might be more of what you're looking for if you don't like these. But I absolutely am loving this palette. Okay, and to wrap up my favorites, I wanted to include a book that I just finished. And this is Something in the Water by Steadman. Have you heard about this one? I heard a little bit about this and decided to go ahead and buy this, and whoa, is this a good book. If you like the thriller type books, I have never read a first chapter of a book that grabs you like this one does. I mean, you read this first chapter and I was like, whoa, this has got me. And it's about a couple that go on their honeymoon to Bora Bora and they find something that completely turns their life upside down. So if you are looking for a good book and you like these type of thriller books, I highly recommend this Something in the Water by Steadman. This was a really good one and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay friends, I guess that wraps it up for today. But I do want to thank you so much for taking a little time out of your day to spend with me. I hope you know how much I appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye.